Great. He thinks I'm playing with him. Get out of there.
Poor cat. You don't know what he's doing.
I need to buy another can of compressed air so I can shoot him.
Just get the heavy artillery.
Yeah.
You get the whole tank.
It just scares the crap out of him, that's all.
Yeah.
I see you trying to get behind that TV. Get out.
Speaking of, people who hit the crap scared out of them, I guess Kari in the digital world alone surrounded by robot monsters.
Oh my god. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay.
Wait, should I, start over?
Shoot, I didn't mean to... Huh? What?
Huh? I don't know.
I was asking what you said.
I was like, oh, should I just start over? Because, yo...
No, it's... Nah. No, it's... Whatever.
Right, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Kari's memories. More accurate title would have been Andromon's memories.
Yeah, Kari's memories don't really come into play. Also, what's going on, Dragon?
Got a viewer already. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode, they just sort of go in the digital world to, take out more of the Digimon Emperor's, stuff. And, we get that at the start where it's oh yeah, straight up, Greymon, Garurumon, all of them are just, going to different sections. And it's just okay, Greymon, take out this area in this place. And it's okay, got it.
Yep.
Just done. So just yeah, they go in the digital world and Davis and the Yars are okay, let's try and take out this tower and this machine area. And they get there and it's oh crap, there's a lot of Gardramon. A lot. There's too many for us to actually kill. We have to escape from here, we're going to die. So they all just run away and Kar gets left behind because the TV they escape through breaks. One of the
Gardramon shoots it.
Yeah, one of the Gardramon breaks it. So Kari's just well crap. And they just look at the situation, it's hey, did someone hear something explode? Oh crap.
And then Davis starts blaming TK for not making sure she got through or whatever, and it's well, none of us noticed.
Yeah. Davis is, kind of awful this episode. Yeah, is this a binge-watching stream? No, it's more of, a podcast, I guess. A recap sort of, thing. Plus, whatever the heck we just feel like saying, I guess.
What's a binge-watching stream?
I guess it's you just watch a bunch of episodes in a row or something.
No, that's binge.
Oh, alright.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, binge watch, I think means... Alright, yes. Alright, thanks,
says.
Cookie.
Yeah, we do 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah. And you see me do those live on, Fridays at, 8 or whatever, so-and-so. Just whatever, I guess, really. But yeah. So, just shameless plugs everywhere. Speaking of, I've also got a YouTube channel in the description and all that stuff.
Never watched Digimon, huh?
Never watched Digimon? Oh, interesting. Is Chav out to actually watch on the stream here? Alright, yeah.
Alright. Well, we're you're welcome to stay around and listen anyways.
Yeah.
But we're 7 episodes in, and this is the second part of the series.
Yeah. As to be fair, season 2's been, pretty self-contained. Well...
And it's got the kids from the original series.
Yeah. Yeah, except for that, it's
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, you're more than welcome to stay and listen. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, yeah, also, I'd like to just take a moment to, like, just how far in is it? It's like,
7.
yeah, I'd say it's like halfway through which the first arc, maybe, I think.
How
Something
many
like that.
episodes are in season 2?
There's 50 total.
Okay.
So yeah, I imagine it's gonna be like, maybe like this arc will be over around like episode 12-ish. I can't imagine it'd go like 20. And there's probably gonna be like, like 3 other things or whatever. Just something of that nature.
Don't know any Digimon.
Yeah.
You should watch it. you'll have to find somewhere to pirate it though, because the official owners of the property are determined to take it down off of everything.
If anyone wants to get into Digimon, just watch the sub. Like, its strip is better. There's like, if you prefer dubs, it's whatever, but like the sub just really is just superior.
Yeah, something you have to understand about the dub is that it was released in the 90s for kids to sell Digimon toys. I mean, It was released in Japan for the same reason. But the point is, the dub made it really, really goofy. And I find it kind of charming because that's what I grew up with, but the sub is better.
Yeah. Like, later on this podcast, we have to get into Donkey Madness. Do you remember Donkey Madness?
Yes, I remember Donkey Madness. Cat.
Like, that's something, alright.
Yeah, in the dub. Okay, so in the original, the character you're seeing in the little goofy image that Death made here.
Yeah, I just want to like take a moment to like appreciate.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. But yeah, in the sub, he's just like, oh, he's a genius who's good at programming. In the dub, he made a video game called Donkey Madness. We never learned anything about it because they made it up.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure this constitutes as art right now, this image.
Yeah. The Digimon Emperor looks sad looking at images of himself. I don't know.
As Kari.
Oh, wait, is one of the... Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry. I couldn't...
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah, that's something.
Well, I was thinking of like quite a few things, but it's like I saw that, it's just like, I could do something with this.
So anyways...
Right, so Kara gets trapped in the digital world, and everyone's just like, well, crap, we have to save her now. Just like the Digimon Emperor is like taking control of a bunch of robots. Yeah, I like anime. I'd give that a thumbs up. Yeah.
I don't think we'd be watching it if we didn't.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, honestly. Yeah. So Digimon Emperor's been like controlling the Gargemon with these like evil rings, and he's been like manipulating them. So it's just like, alright, we have to like go in there and like save Kari from just being blasted apart by like robots with like missile arms.
I couldn't actually tell where the Dark Ring was at first, but it's wrapped around like their valve.
Yeah, it seems like a weird place. Like, can Gargemon not like store things inside their bodies? I'd imagine probably not, but like, I don't know, would that even count if like the Dark Ring was like inside a Digimon?
No, it's probably gotta be wrapped around them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so there's like, oh, we have to like save Kari, and Davis and TK just go on ahead. So, Davis is just like, oh, hey, I love Kari, let's flip for who gets to save her. I'll call heads. And he just flips it, he's like, yep, it's heads. Yeah, see ya, TK. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
And TK snags it, and he's like, this is a trick going both sides are heads.
Yeah. And it's like, geez, like, Kari's dodging missiles as you speak.
Yeah. And for a moment, you don't see the Digimon, and I was just like, wait, where are they?
Yeah. Doors hurt when you hit your head first. True story. What?
I would assume so, yeah.
Huh.
I say that like I've never run into a door. I
Yeah.
probably have.
I probably have at some point. I just don't remember. Which could be because of the door, but like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just say I found this out way too often. Yeah, you should watch an episode of the Anispective Cast. You should watch Fairy Tale.
I'm good.
I'll consider it. Like, we have a lot of Digimon to get through over the years. But, like, you know what? I don't know, maybe at some point I'll talk about, like, the end arc of Fairy Tale, because it's just like, oh boy, does that show, like, go off the rails at the end.
I've seen a little bit of it. It's all right.
So
I like the music that kicks in when like a big action scene is happening.
So there's a plot point on that show that's like, oh yeah, like, dragon slayers get seasick because they're part dragon or whatever. And not only do they, like, give, like, an explanation for why that happens, but it's like the big final boss is a dragon, and they, like, weaken him by creating a giant ship out of ice and just knock him down on it. And he's just instantly like, oh crap, I can't even.
That's stupid.
It's so dumb. I kinda love it. It's like they make ice sails and everything just for, like, the sake of it.
It's extremely unnecessary. They just
Yeah.
need a platform for him to be on.
No, it's like every Dragon Slayer has that weakness. It's canon.
No, oh, you're responding to
Yeah, to, like, Dragon.
seasick, motion sickness, balance.
Yeah. There's a person you meet who's like, I'm the one who, like, is responsible for, like, why this happens. And they explain it. It's so goofy. Anyways, Digimon.
Also, before TK and Davis went in, the other kids were like, we gotta stay behind so we can tell their parents that they're gonna be home late, so
Yeah.
like there's no like nobody sends out search parties or whatever.
Like, all you'd have to do is, like, well, I guess this is, like, the 90s, so maybe they don't really have, like, cell phones. But,
well, they do have regular phones, and that's how they get in touch with the Ty.
Yeah, I guess they do. Yeah, but that's all you have to do is, like, go phone call to your parents. And just be like, oh, hey, computer club's gonna be like, staying the night a bit. We're, like, up working on, like, a big program for a thing. Like, we'll be home, like, a little bit later tonight. And it's like, alright, fair enough. Like, would anyone even question that?
I don't know. I don't think flip phones were huge back then. I don't know when they became popular, but
yeah.
The point is they've got like a phone at the school or whatever that they used.
Yeah.
Also, Yolei's the only one who's actually part of the computer club.
Wait, aren't they, like, all registered?
No, I think Yolei's the only one who's actually in the computer club.
Like, I'd be why wouldn't you all just, like, sign up, right? Because that's, like, the perfect excuse. It's like, oh, why are all these kids hanging out in the computer lab together? It's like, oh, right, computer club. I don't know, unless, like, the computer club's, like, an actual... Well, no, it is an actual thing, because we see the guy who's, like, in charge of it, like, the teacher. And he's like, hey, I don't know anything about computers, but, I'm in charge of this or whatever. And it's implied that, like, Yolei's, like... Yeah, is she, like, the only member? Is she, like,
Pretty sure. And also, they don't all need to sign up for the computer club because, like, I don't know, teachers rarely come around to check on them anyways. And, like,
yeah,
they couldn't hop into the digital world in the middle of a computer club meeting anyways.
Well, if they're the only ones there, then, like, yeah, why not? And it just feels like it would be, like, a way easier excuse than just, oh, we just all happen to be up in this room a lot. Like, feels like it would, like, solve some potential problems, right?
Yeah, it's a non-issue.
It really is, but it's like, I don't know. If I was in that position, I'd be thinking ahead,
I
Just being
mean,
like, hey,
these are elementary school kids.
yeah. But at the same time, they're the elementary school kids who figured out how Digivolution works.
No, it just kind of happens.
No, because there's an episode, like, season 1 where there's like, oh yeah, like, they need to, like, have the tamer in danger, the Digimon needs energy and stuff, and they figure it out. So, like, yeah, like, Ty and Izzy and them all, like, aren't idiots. Like, they know their stuff.
I mean, they put 2 and 2 together because it keeps happening.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of happens automatically.
Digimon's, I'd say it's Pokemon adjacent. Like, it's way more of, like, continuous narrative, right? It's not quite exactly like Pokemon, but it has similar elements.
Pokemon does a monster of the week thing. Digimon is continuous story.
Yeah, like big arcs and stuff, and like everyone only has one partner, but there's like 8 characters at any given time, so it like, rounds out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's like, oh hey, let's save Kari, and like TK's just like, oh right, we're like outside the area of the Black Tower, so I digivolve my Digimon finally. Yo, Patamon, just break through that door as Angemon and just wreck some robots.
He throws his staff at his chest.
Yeah, it's kinda cool. It's like, what really is like confusing about this scene is that it's like, he digivolves and goes in. And like, what do you mean, can we start the show? This is the show.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
It's a podcast, man. We talk about the show that we watched.
Yeah. So yeah, Andron just goes in and just wrecks some dudes. And he immediately like, it's fine, man. Yeah, immediately like, just de-digivolves. And there's like, oh, I guess this is a thing. And
Which
it's like,
is weird.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm going back a little bit actually. Davis is really confused about the whole, or like he's really shocked by the evolution or whatever. But didn't he see? Yeah, he was around when Gabumon evolved, and Agumon too, I think.
I think he's shocked by like the fact that it turns into Angemon of all things.
I guess.
Because yeah, Angemon's kind of a step up. It's like effing winged Piggerwort turning into an effing angel man. And like TK just blasts through the door and like it de-digivolves back and he's like, they sort of loosely imply, oh, maybe it's because of the tower or something. But
that seems to be Decay. Which means the Gatomon thing doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Because we've seen like Greymon take out towers. So, and I'm willing to accept that, like, maybe it just drains their energy faster. Like, maybe that's what it is. And, like, because Patamon's, Patamon, he just couldn't hold her or whatever the heck. I know, man.
Don't think too much about it. It's Digimon.
Yeah. Crap is this? It's like, Wario, let's go, Bitban.
I don't know, he's just spamming emotes.
Yeah, so like... So yeah, TK's just like, oh yeah, I can digivolve Patamon to like Angemon. And like Kari's Digimon digivolves into Angemon, even though its champion form is an effing cat. And Davis is just like, looks at Vmon, and he's like, you better digivolve into like Angem something too.
Ultra Angemon.
You're turned to some angel dragon, you mother effer.
Which is funny because what's Magna Angemon's name in Japanese? It's something close to like Mega Angemon.
Yeah, it's something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. He's like, no.
It's Holy Angemon.
Right. It's like, we have to be more compatible than that guy. Come on, Vmon. If Vmon's just like, I know what to tell you, man.
Magna Angemon has a different form?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like...
The crap is this?
It looks rad. It's priest mode, and it's got a sword.
Oh, interesting. Like, I know Sakuyamon has, like, Shrine Maiden mode or something. And it's, like, exactly what you have expected. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I actually like that a lot.
What is that from?
I know. But yeah, it's just, like, Magnagemon, but it's, like, he's wearing, like, a white robe with, like, big, like, feathery, like, sleeves. And he's got, like, an actual sword. And he still has, like, the big, like, purple face shield and, like, the elf ears and stuff. But it's, like, instead of having, like, 8 wings or more, he just has, like, 2, like, actual angel wings. It's kinda nuts.
I'm looking into where this comes from. It's just cool as heck.
Yeah. Man, I effing love Digimon designs. Cause, like, you have the few stinkers, you have the few that, like, aren't that great, but it's like, when they hit hard. Yeah, so, like, they go off to save Kari, and they, like, just armor Digivolve their Digimon until, like, the effing armor forms or whatever, because they can't do it normally. And it's just like, okay, it's gotta, like, search the sea, just hard cut to Kari about to, like, get messed up by a bunch of Gardramon. And they just appear, and they're just like, oh yeah, we got this, and they just take him out. And, like, meanwhile, there's a random scene where it's like, Matt has to explain to Davis's sister why he's not gonna be home for dinner. And she's just
like, you're lying.
Yeah, you're lying, but I'll go out on a date with you to keep this a secret. And Matt's like, wait, what? And she just slams the door in his face. And the dummy's just like, how the heck did that happen?
Digimon Cross Leader.
What? Digimon Cross Leader?
Cross Loader.
Cross... Huh.
Oh, it's a toy? Hold on.
Okay. That kinda does make sense. It's like just some weird off-the-path obscure thing. Like, that has to be from something. I guess
it seems like it's one of the virtual pets that also functions as like an MP3 player.
Oh, that's
cool.
neat.
This thing's cool as heck.
Huh. Alright. Sure. Yeah, so, like...
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I found a cool Digimon and then...
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Derailed everything.
We are derailing everything harder than that this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we've gone worse before for less.
Yeah, they save Kari, and Andromon shows up.
Yeah, Andromon shows up, because, like, effing, like, Ken just summons him, the effing Digimon Emperor. And Andromon just immediately starts attacking them and just wiping everyone out. There's a weird bit where it's, like, effing, like, yeah, the others show up, and it's, like, Digmon and Halsamon. It's, like, the Dig Bug and, like, the Griffin one. And they, like, do their thing. As they fight, it's, like, playing the bad music to their attacks. Like, the slow rock theme.
Yeah, because they're failing.
Yeah. But it's, like, it's very odd, because it's like, oh, but you're trying, though.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Anytime they fight a Digimon... Sorry?
Yeah, it's fine.
Anytime they fight a Digimon that they know is being controlled by a black ring, I find it really weird that they don't immediately start aiming for it.
Yeah, like, all this could be solved if, like, Digimon just had better aim.
Yeah, this
It's like,
happens in
yeah.
episode 9 also.
That's like, this is basically the same thing as like what happened in the first season when they fought Andromon, except they're not aiming for the weak point. I guess it's just harder to hit the neck.
I guess. I mean, it would be, especially considering like his chest is all.
Yeah.
I don't know. The ring is kind of blocked if they don't hit it from a certain angle.
Yeah. Like, Digimon just makes this super goofy face when it just doesn't work. He's just like, oh crap.
Yeah. Also, he calls himself like Digimon Sama.
Oh jeez.
I didn't know he had a complex like that.
Jeez, Digimon, you okay, man? That's a bit much.
It's fine.
Yeah, so Kari's just like, wait, no, first Digimon looks at Davis and he like recognizes the goggles, right? Because it's like Ty's goggles.
Andromon, not Digimon.
Sorry, yeah, Andron. And it's just like, oh, like, item, like, familiar item. And, like,
Yeah.
Ty shows up and he's like, hey, knock it off. And, like, just scans over. It's like, effing, like, Terminator vision. It's like, scrolling through the options. You see F off asshole somewhere in there. It's like, familiar human. He's like, friend. And Kari's like, you remember, you have to remember us, Andromon. And TK's like, wait, you don't even know if this is the same one, you idiot.
And she's like, no, I know it is.
Yeah, I know, because plot. And, like, friendship and stuff. So he just picks her up. And he just scans her. He's just like, familiar hero. He's like, oh, you're that little girl. And it's like piecing together his mind. And you see like coming together like, a puzzle. And the Dove's like, oh, remembering Kode's like, like searching through memory banks. I love jigsaw puzzles.
Does he seriously say that?
Yeah, he seriously says it. The Dove.
Oh, God.
I feel like the Dovisms aren't as extreme as they were in the first series. But, like, yeah, they're there.
They couldn't just leave it as that he's piecing his memories together, huh?
No, they had to make a joke about jigsaw puzzles.
But yeah, Andromon remembers all the kids, and he's like, oh yeah, this stupid black ring, it just yanks it apart.
Yeah, and you just cut to Kin, and he's just like, dang it, you have to like work on how like Control and Ultimate, they're kind of tough. Like, Ultimate levels are kind of strong for this type of thing.
Yeah. By the way, we get pretty definitive confirmation that Armor Evolution is not as strong as Ultimate.
Yeah.
That happened, I mean, we already talked about the part where it confirms that, but yeah, where they're trying to attack Andromon and they're doing literally nothing to him.
Yeah, that's pretty solid confirmation, honestly. Just like, oh, we're not quite up there yet, but we are up there-ish. Like, right now.
Like I said, slightly stronger than Champion, not quite as high as Ultimate.
Yeah. Like, the more time passes, the more that seems like, it's like straight up how it works. And like, maybe the time is shorter or whatever, but like, yeah, that's about it. So yeah, then like, Andron's just like, oh yeah, these Gardramon are like, broken, and I have to like, fix their programming. And it's like, wait, what? Wait, when?
I guess Dark Rings hit mechanical Digimon differently, I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to just randomly bring up, because, like, they never establish it. So it's just like, wait, was that a thing? Did I miss something?
Yeah, no. Andromon implies that the way it works on mechanical Digimon is the Black Ring, like, reprograms them.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
Without the Dark Ring, it just... I don't know, the programming breaks, and so you gotta fix it.
Yeah, they got fried, and he has to, like, reconfigure them. He has to give them a hard reboot. Well, actually, no, this is a soft reboot, because we know what a hard reboot is in this series.
Yeah, he basically turns them off and back on again.
Yeah. As opposed to a hard reboot, which is you just die and reincarnate.
Yeah. I like to imagine, well, I don't know. Andromon doesn't have to go anywhere, so maybe he does just walk around and insert his wires into their chests to fix them.
One at a time, every single one.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, this seems really tedious. I kind of hope that like he's able to fix one Guardramon, and then the new Guardramon also has like the wires that they can extend to its fellow Guardramon and fix them, and they just as more get repaired, they can do it quicker.
Nah, it's fine. Like, he's a cyborg. He doesn't need food. He can just, just pull an all-nighter.
Yeah, because Andromon's gonna stick to that city area and protect it, so he's got as much time as he needs, really.
Yeah, as long as the Digimon Emperor doesn't shove any more Dark Towers up. And, oh geez, I just realized episode, oh geez, poor Andromon. He's gonna do all that work and it's gonna get undone.
Yeah, there's something crazy about the episodes coming up, and it's like, wow, really?
Yeah. But yeah, so like go back to the real world and they meet up with Izu's just like, oh yeah, like one of my friends in America like looked at the programming of these Digivices or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And like in the dub they specifically name drop Willis. And it's like, oh, I guess he is canon.
I mean, even in the sub he is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they don't like specifically like call him by name.
Yeah. So the movie had been out at this point.
I'd assume so, at least.
Yeah, or they name dropped Willis, and it's like, oh, who's that? You have to find out later when the movie comes out.
Actually, that seems more likely because, like, the movie is like Magna Andromon, or like Magnadramon. Yeah, that was it, Magnadramon. So that's definitely not a thing yet.
So anyways, we get the reason for the name of their Digivices, the D3s.
Yeah, it's just they have the functions of digital detect and discover, and they mean something. We can't tell you what, but like that's what we found.
Yeah. So Izzy's just like, yeah, we'll call it a D3.
Yeah, alright, makes sense. And geez, actually I wrote a note here, because like I had to go back and rewatch the dub at some point. Cause I completely missed that there's apparently like a shot of like Matt's house, and like in the sub his dad is clearly drinking booze. Like you see the ball and like the glass. And I guess they have to recolor the glass or something. But that was pretty obvious in the sub.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
But, he's like, if I'd known you were going to be late cooking dinner, I would have gone out to eat. So then Matt's like cooking him dinner. He's like, it's fine, whatever. And he gets lost in his thoughts. And he's like, man, I got to take that girl on a date. And he's like letting the food burn.
Yeah. I think like Matt does he hate it? I can't tell.
He seems to hate it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hates it.
Which I don't really get, because June's pretty cute. I don't understand.
Yeah, Ashley did force him into it, so he's like, oh man,
I guess.
Yeah, that June.
I guess that's a reason why you wouldn't be down.
Alright, so like any final thoughts on that, I guess?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
It's a pretty standard episode.
Yeah. I wasn't really like that into it, honestly. It's like, oh hey, Andromon, he's fixed now. Alright, yeah, sure. It's like I don't really care about Kari, especially as like time goes on, and like she's just sort of bland. And TK's also just kind of bland. And like Davis is there and he's just sort of annoying.
There is an episode, not an episode. There is a part in episode 7 that I like where TK and Davis are showing up, and Kari's like, "Oh, it's Davis and TK," and Davis is like, "Ha, she called my name first," and TK's like, "Good for you, man."
Yeah, he's such a petty bastard.
Well, TK's just like, TK's just making fun of him because like Davis is so I don't know. It's pathetic.
Yeah. So episode 8. It's like, we'll cover episode 8 and then episode 9, and that'll be it. Yeah, like, yes. I hope you guys like soccer. Because this episode's all about the soccer. And how the soccer is good even when you're not doing the soccer.
Yeah, there's a weird scene in this one.
Yeah, so applause, they just like... what's the first thing that actually happens? Right, they're ringing up on, like, Ken because there's, like, a soccer match going on. And the dub gets this super confused in a really funny way. Because in the sub there's like, oh, Ken scored 45 goals in the last tournament. Which is pretty impressive. The dub was like, oh, he scored 45 goals in the last game of soccer.
I don't care how good Ken is. That would be absolutely bonkers ridiculous.
He scored 45 goals in effing soccer. Holy crap, Ken.
Although we do see that Ken moves like a freaking, like, alien.
Yeah, he's literally, like, flash stepping.
Yeah.
It's like doing, like, just crazy, like, just anime speedball crap.
He's, like, leaving after images.
Yeah. So yeah, they go on, and there's like, hey, let's do this soccer game, guys. And, like, Dave is just sort of like, just goes out, and, like, you get an insert song as Davis does the soccer.
Yeah, this is the weird scene where we get, like, a bunch of still shots of Davis playing soccer as, like, a song with lyrics plays in the background like it's important.
Yeah, and, like, he scores 1 goal because it's soccer.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to wait for acknowledgement to ask your question, dude.
Yeah, go for it. Well, if you have a question in the chat, then, like, why not, right? But yeah, so Davis does the soccer. And he's just real good at it. And, like, then Ken shows up late. I've never played Destiny. I'm not that into first-person shooters, honestly.
I think it's a third-person shooter. It's kind of like Warframe or something.
Yeah. Maybe I'll, like, check that at some point, but yeah. I feel like there's other things I'd rather get to first, really.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I played Destiny 1. It was okay.
Yeah. God damn, it's a first-person shooter. Alright, so it is first. Alright, yeah. I kind of thought of something. I think you can, like, get third person as you're flying or something, but it's like, yeah, whatever. Because, like, I remember playing Borderlands. It was just like, yeah, I don't really care about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I mixed it up with, like, Warframe or something. So yeah, Ken shows up late to the soccer game.
Yeah, that's all I'm playing one. Alright, awesome. Yeah, Kid shows up late and he's like, oh yeah, I just got held back with, like, some other duties. And, like, they start and Ken's, like, immediately, like, shying formations and stuff. And he just, like, flash steps past Ty and just instantly just scores the goal. And you get all this, like, narration. Well, first off, like, his friends are, like, cheering Davis on. And in the dub, we get this wonderful line where Dub Ty just shouts, like, yeah, you can do it, and even if you can't, we won't think any less of you, man.
Yeah, yeah, there's that's a pretty good line in the dub, actually. And then there's, like, this is a weird part where Ken, because this is after Davis had, like, extended his hand to shake it or whatever, and he's like, hey, nice to meet you or whatever, and, like, instead of in the dub, instead of like saying, "Yeah, nice to meet you too," he's like, "Nice friends you got there, Davis."
Oh, that's great.
It's I don't know, it's really funny. It's just the way he says it.
Oh man. So yeah, this our guy's lucky, by the way. You know, we like stream together on Fridays.
Yo.
Yeah, we stream Digimon.
What the?
Wait, what's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, alright, yeah.
Typing in chat.
We have links to his channel in like the description too. Like, it's all down there. Just gotta go look. Yeah. I have links to everything. Links to all the stuff. Except for, I think, the Discord. I should probably throw that up at some point.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
We have links, I have all the scheduling stuff, just like, yo, what's going on when it's happening. I have, like, everything. I'm prepared as crap. Yeah, so Ken just...
there is something you skipped over, and it's that when Ken gets out of the vehicle and he's walking down the steps, he does see Davis and his friends, and they're like calling out to him. He's like, "Oh, hey, Ken! Wow, it's amazing," or whatever. And he realizes who they are, and he's like, "Oh man!"
He glares at them so hard.
Yeah.
Do you remember where the 2-gun is in the first mission? The what?
Not at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. I played it once and never again.
And I have even less of an idea because I've played it 0 times. The second gun, I don't know.
Use Google.
Yeah, Google's your friend.
So yeah, Ken just like bleach flash steps across the soccer field and scores 9 goals.
Like, there used to be an ad of this scene where where it's like, what is it, that Bleach song? It's like, you are number one or whatever, like, we're number one.
It's just called number one.
Alright, yeah, I was mixing up like the name.
Number one is something else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's just like somehow of the scene where it's like, we are number one, and there's no context.
The other soccer players have Ken's head just photoshopped on top of them.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Like, now I can't do it because that'd be way too much.
Yeah, I know. That's you edit the entire scene. It'd be pretty difficult.
Like, I can do something similar. It would just take a bit.
Yeah.
Boy, I had to get Braveheart Goes With Everything Part 2 out, like, eventually. Because I put way too much work into a single gag that goes on for, like, a second.
So yeah, Ken scores 9 goals, and the game's just a total blowout.
Yeah. Ken just wrecks him. And you get contra it's like, oh yeah, Ken, he knows where all the people are on the field and, how, like, coordinate them, and that's why he's, like, able to score goals so well. And there's like, yeah, he's also, like, way too strong, too.
We do get a part where Ken's going for the 10th goal, and Davis, like, slides in and kicks the ball away from him and injures his leg.
Right, yeah.
Davis injures Ken's leg.
Right, that's a super important. Like, Davis cuts Ken's leg with his foot.
Yeah, in the sub, he says it's a bruise, but
yeah, it's clearly a cut.
Yeah, because spoilers, they see for this episode, they see the injury on Ken's leg. And Davis goes, "That bruise," and you can see the quote-unquote bruise bleeding through his pants.
Wait, are you trying to tell me Ken is the Digimon Emperor?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I know. That might be a stretch. We don't know all the facts, man.
Also, Yoli abuses her poor Digimon throughout this entire episode.
Yeah, she's just squeezing it constantly, just like, oh man, that effing Ken. And it's just like, oh, please stop. The horrors.
The whole time I'm just like, Yoli, stop it.
Jeez, Yoli.
Have you forgotten that he's a living, breathing creature?
Oh, man. But yeah, so, they, like, shake hands and stuff, and, Davis is like, oh, man, that was awesome, and Kin's like, yeah, you had pretty good too, or whatever, I guess.
And it would be a really nice scene if we didn't already know that Kin's the villain.
Yeah. Let's see, did I kind of quote here or something? Right, yeah, it's like, I like that it's like little detail. It's like, oh yeah, Davis manages to like cut his leg. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a nice little like, kind of compact, small little like metaphor of like, King can control all these things. And he's like, oh, he's so great. And he's like so smart and stuff. But it's like the one thing he can't like, count on that I like can't predict is Davis being an idiot and just
Davis
doing something illogical.
Yeah, Davis is a wild card.
Yeah. So yeah, we like see him all like, walk off there. It's like, man, that kid sure was something. Oh, he's so awesome, guys.
Anyways, we should go to the digital world. There's stuff happening.
And you see Ken just staring at them from like the bridge, and he's just glaring, and he's like, those effing insects.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you go in the digital world to like, fight more of the Black Towers and like, just get rid of the Digimon Emperor's influence. And like, immediately, like, they get stuck in like a pitfall with like everyone except for Davis. And Davis is like, well crap, I have to like save them. Like, there's no time to call the others, we have to go now. And in like a second, like the Digimon Emperor just shows up, and he's like, "Oh, are you looking for these?" And just waves at his friends, who are all just tied up with rope.
I do want to say that before they go in, the kids have done a lot of work because I don't think there's a single black tower on their little map, except for the one in the center that Kin just put up.
Yeah, like, the kids are doing it. Like, they're making progress.
Yeah, the map is, like, completely white, except for the one black dot in the middle with the new tower that's an obvious trap.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, kids just like, oh, hey, like, 1 second, he just has all the friends just tied up with rope. And he just summons a 3-headed dinosaur with a bone and robot head to just stand there and be like, oh hey, I'm gonna kill all your friends, Davis, what now?
Deltamon, ooh, scary. Also really dumb looking.
Guy sounds like this kid guy looked at his friends like
Digimon who have... I mentioned my issue with Digimon who have nonsense hands where they're just like, his hands are heads.
I like how weird Deltamon is. It's such a weird, like, design.
You just give him 3 heads and no arms. I don't know.
Yeah, just make him like King Gamora, but without the wings. And then his evolution, he could gain the wings.
Yeah, just make him King Ghidorah. Friggin',
Sorry, I said King Gamora.
I know.
I messed it up bad.
But like I said, I like it. I like Digimon is a good design because he has hands that he can use for things.
Effing King Gamera.
He can use his hands for things other than fighting. He has the extra for fighting.
Like, he has the drills, but he also can, like, like, hold, like, I don't know, food or, like, a knife. Maybe a gun. So yeah, kid's just like, hey Davis, like, beg on the ground or I'm gonna kill all your friends. And to Davis's credit, he just instantly does it. And it's like, yeah, that's a nice character trait to have. Like, as much of an idiot as Davis is, he will put, like, his, like, friends above his dignity, like, instantly.
Yeah, we do get, like, Davis is kind of an idiot and a hothead, and he does stupid things. But yeah, he's a good person, usually.
I have 1k jail points. I have no idea what that means. Wait, for like this channel? Man, I have to like find
I,
something to do with points or whatever.
I think channel point. Oh wait, I was gonna say I think
Yeah,
channel points are spread out across all channels, but I can understand having 6,000 because I'm on your channel a lot.
yeah. I should make like I really need to make anything like sub emotes or some crap at some point. And
You
I
have
have
to
no
be
idea what they'll be, but I need to make something.
well. You need to be I think you need to be at least affiliate to do emotes.
Uh oh, I am affiliate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm not partner, but like I'm somewhere up there. In
Okay,
like the
you might
very low
qualify for
state.
emotes.
Yeah.
Uh, I was gonna say I could probably help you out, but you're probably better at all this editing stuff than I am. So
Yeah.
I think all you have to do is make something small enough. Like I
Yeah,
think you have
like
to make sure it's an emote that's not being used by someone else. You probably have to make something custom a bit.
how would they know if it cause like
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe I'd like make a kin head or something. Cause that's a thing I have, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the process. I've never been in the position to be able to make emotes. But I think I've heard people talk about that they've got to like submit emotes to like Twitch for approval or whatever.
Oh man. Just make some Reaper emotes. Maybe I could make Phantom. You know what? Maybe I'll just do like Armadillomon with the cowboy hat. Cause that's a fun one.
It's pretty good.
I could just do that.
Just
And
call the emote like Death Armadillo or something.
yeah. And I'll figure something out. I'll like think about it later. Like we'll get to eventually.
Yeah. That's usually the naming scheme people go for on channels is they'll like put part of their username and then like whatever the emote is.
Yeah.
So like Death Armadillo or Death Cowboy or something.
Like Leomon Death Leomon. I don't know what that'd be, but like I could probably find something.
I mean, you could just if you could like take a Leomon head and then like just give like edit his eyes to be like X's and like have like his tongue hanging out of his mouth or something.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a fun one for people to, like just throw up once like someone like wipes out or something. Like yeah, just playing Neo, I'm just constantly dying. It's like, just spam of like Leomon heads. That'd be fun. So yeah, like
the kids are captured.
yeah, the Digimon is like, oh yeah, like beg for their lives, and Deus does it. He's just like, alright, now like have your Digimon step on your head. And Beyond's like, hey, I'm not gonna do this. Is like, no, do it. Do it, Vmon.
Digimon Emperor is like, do it. It pleases me.
Yeah. I get off on this stuff.
I mean, pretty much. Not really, but it seems like it. He's just like, oh yeah, this is great. It's
yeah.
like, you're some weird stuff, Ken.
There's a reason, and that's because like Davis scratched him in the soccer game, so Ken's like, I want to make him suffer.
Hang on 1 second. If you join the Discord and we're in like a call doing this, do not join the call.
Yeah. Can we like make the call like private or something?
Yes, I can make it private. Like it's never really been an issue.
Yeah,
and I believe the dragon wouldn't do it since I told him not to. But yeah, I can make it so they don't I can make a mod only voice chat.
Wait, that's right. Yeah, he's not on the Discord. We don't have the link up. We don't have a link anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't know. He just mentioned that, and so I was worried that he had joined.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine, you won't throw up the link or whatever.
Yeah, I'll share it. Hold on.
Yeah, sure, why not? See, like,
if you join this call, I'm gonna kick you though.
Perfect. Anyway, so, yep, there it is. So, like, Kin's just like, alright, well, you begged for your life like a good dog. So now, like, I'm going to let you save one of your friends, but the other three are gonna die. And Deus just looks up and they're all like, no, just like, like, save someone else, don't pick me. And Yoli's like, if you just save me and let the others die, I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, Deus...
they're basically all like, don't save me, we'll be fine, whatever.
So yeah, he's just like, Deus is just like, oh crap, who can I choose? And Kin just is like an hourglass. He's like, time's ticking, like hourglass just runs out. Like, Davis is just like, oh dude, I can't pick one, I don't know what to do. And like, before Deltamon can like eat them, like, Kin's friends just appear over the hill and they're just like, oh hey, we're actually fine, it was a trick. And it looks up and it's like the people dangling are like effing ghosts. They're friggin' Bakumon. So it's like, yeah, you were about to worry over like the life of a ghost. Like, to be fair, Bakumon are alive, but still.
Yeah, they disguise themselves as they can. That's something they've been shown to do, is being able to disguise as people.
Yeah, because that one like, really a lot of Digimon you won't expect can disguise themselves as people. Like, remember that scene where it's like epic Kakatorymon's just disguised as like an old sea captain? And it's just like, it just explodes and there's just a giant bird monster. Just a giant effing turkey. And he's just like, just squealing it up, and it makes no sense at all. Like, he's in disguise for like a second, and he like removes the binoculars and just, undoes it, and he never uses it again.
It's fine.
I think love Digimon sometimes. Oh, jeez. I love that there's just like a Digimon whose powers he just throws syringes at things, and you don't know what's in it, but he throws them. And it's just like, oh, let's not fight this thing. Oh man. But yeah, so I think Deus's time runs out. He's just like, oh, my friends are actually fine. And they all, like, saw their, like, armor forms or whatever to, like, fight the Digimon Emperor. And, like, the Digimon Emperor's, like, calling out formations. And he's just like, alright, background, like, formation up. And they're just, like, zipping around and stuff. And they're getting hits in. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's a nice touch. Like, he's actually, like, organizing these things like a soccer team. Like, he's using the same commands, basically.
Yeah, and it's like, gee, this seems familiar.
But yeah, so, like, while he's, like, doing this, Davis just runs up behind him and just tackles the Digimon Emperor, like, off a cliff. And they're just sliding down in this really cool shot for, like, a bit too long. As Deus is like, knock it off, and the Digimon Emperor's like, why should I? I'm superior to all of you, as he's like being dragged along the ground. Yeah. Just used as a human bobsled. Yeah, it's like, because you knocked him down like that. It's like the Bakumon just aren't following the formations, and they're just like, wait, what? And, the friends can, like, take them out easily. So it's like, Deus has, like, his Digimon, like, fought off Deltamon, and it just beats him. And Kin's like, oh man, he's like, I can't believe you ruined my plan again. And he's like, but I forgot, I miscalculated. He's like, I should have remembered that when you're losing, you always go for the leader. And, like, Davis is just sitting there, he's like, what? What could this possibly mean? Man, Deus is just like, wait, he's like, okay, there's a cut on your leg.
Hold on, real quick, in Discord, Can you go into that new voice chat?
Me or like...
You. It's under Elite Hero. It's under
Alright, so it's
Monster
Elite
Hunter chat.
Heroes. Alright, yeah, that
There we go.
works. Alright, yeah.
Okay, so I made it so that only mods can join this, and me, of course, because it's my server.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I'm just gonna delete the Monster Hunter chat. We don't really need that.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess we could come back to it one day, but it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'd really use any server for that, really.
I
Realistically
mean,
speaking.
I can just create it. I can just create extra channels as I need anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. So he just, like, they're fighting off the Digimon. Yeah, they, like, beat the Digimon Emperor. He just, like, takes off his glasses, and it's Kin. And there's,
Surprise,
like...
surprise.
Yeah, there's... Oh, we did, like... You know, I kind of wish... Well, I know I'm going with this. I don't know. What would it be like if, like, we didn't get that scene early on where we saw Ken at the computer just working on the glasses, right?
Yeah.
Because...
It'd be pretty obvious anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. That's because it's, like, already kind of so obvious. I kind of do like having those scenes, so it, like, adds up a bit more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting if we just got, like, you know, less clues. It was just like, oh, this is just the big moment where the audience learns too or something. But I guess that's not really what, like, they're going for here. Because, like, really, this is Kin's story before anyone else at the end of the day. And boy, does the next episode kind of cement that. But yeah, Kin's just like, you know... Yeah, you may have been you next time. You may have beaten you next time. What the heck is wrong with me? You may have beaten you next time, but this time I'll fight seriously. And they leaves. So yeah, like, ain't final thoughts, I guess.
No, not really.
So yeah, like, we see Ken, and he just... Yeah, it ends with him leaving. Davis is just like, yo, kid, we were such friends. Yeah, you know, that whole thing.
We don't say that. He says you respected him.
Yeah. Just like, you had my respect. Why'd you do something like this? Why are you such an evil douchebag who literally kicks puppies? So yeah. After so I was just like, alright, you know, that Deltamon segment was good. Like, I like that Ken's, you know, doing different things and trying different approaches and stuff. Boy, there's like half this episode is just the soccer game, and I could not care less about so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's there, like, set up those, like, plot points and stuff, but it's like, yeah, that could have been done, like, way quicker. They dragged the crap out of that soccer game. Like, that one for, like, just a bit too much. Holy crap. So yeah, final and probably most interesting episode of the night. Episode 9. So yeah. Just starts off where the last one left off. And Kin just leaves. And he just immediately goes back to his, like, little, like, hideout. And he's, like, watching multiple screens at once of, like, his own interview.
For some reason.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I want to, like, see how I appear on TV and stuff, and he's, like, remembering it. And it's like, yeah, you can tell he's, like, going through some stuff, because he's, like, watching this interview where he's just like, oh, you know, of course, I'm perfect, and, you know, like, I don't care about your interests, you know, I'm, like, the best and stuff. And he's like, you know, all these people praise you, and there's like, hey, say it like, yo, being a genius is like 1% talent, 99% effort. Do you agree with that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I quite agree. You know, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. You know, just cuts to Ken, like, in his chair, just staring. And he's like, but then why am I losing, though? Yeah, and you just tell that it's like, alright, this is actually starting to, like, get to him now. Because he's basically lost, like, every encounter, and he's, like, lost all these spaces. And, like, you know, like, he got nicked in the soccer game, and he's, like, why can they digivolve and I can't? Why can't I control all these different things? Like, why are these people not falling in line with me right now? And you just see Wormmon, and he's just like, I don't know what you're going through, but I can tell you're going through something, so if there's anything I can do to help, he's like, just get lost. And you see, like, the rest of the interview where it's like, a camera cuts off, and, like, the principal of his school just shows up, and he's like, oh yeah, it's, pretty great if you, like, in that interview, kid, you're, like, such a great inspiration and all this stuff. Do you know to get a hand time for free?
Nope.
Now I gotta pay for it, it's a full game.
Support Gears for breakfast. They made a fantastic video game, and they deserve it.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, Lucky's still here. Yeah, he's just not talking sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm messing around in Discord trying to set up a thing to organize people in the server by role, and I can't figure out how to do it. I'll do it later.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, principal's just like, oh yeah, you're so great, kid. And he's like, oh yeah, about like, oh yeah, the dub here, you just randomly is like, oh yeah, also we got the high score in Donkey Madness. And the principal just goes up and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, kid. And he gets super close. It's this super dramatic shot where the principal's just like, I know you cheered in Donkey Madness. And Kin's like, yeah.
What? For real?
Yeah, that's how it goes down the dub. He's like, I know you cheated at Donkey Madness. And Kin freaks out.
Also, okay, did he make Donkey Madness, or is he just really good at it?
I think he's just really good at it.
Okay.
I think it's a Billy Mitchell reference.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like the guy who's like, oh, the world's best Donkey Kong player, and he like super obviously cheated, and everyone called him on it. Yeah, so it's like, in the sub he like gets close, and the real thing the principal says is he's just like, oh hey, how'd you like to tutor my daughter? And Kin's just like glares at him for like a second. Like, what do you think I am? And yeah, I'm still kind of like fuzzy on like, yeah, what this is actually kind of like. Because it seems like the implication is like, oh, maybe he's like, trying to like set Kin up or something, because they make a bit of a big deal about it, like from the cinematography. But I guess it could also be like, oh, Kin just thinks he's like underestimating him and just trying to like buy him out. And he's just like, no, screw off.
Yeah, it's a weird scene.
Yeah. But yeah, so you see Kin, he's just like, all angry about this. And you see him, like, he's like going up to like the top of like, the like, some builder or whatever. He's just glaring at the city. And he just says one word, he's just like, insects. He's like, all of them are insects beneath me. And as he says, you see, like, the guardrails, like, framed in front of Kin's head, like, like jail bars. Because he's trapped in this mindset that he's above everyone else.
By the
and
way,
it's like,
the episode is called Kin's Loneliness? Or was it the episode before?
I think that was the last one, actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just like, oh, that's so good, though. Is see, like, like, hard cut to, like, everyone else just, like, ring up on Kin, essentially. Wait, no, before that, it's like, yeah, Kin goes back home to his room, and he, like, goes inside, he's just like, oh yeah, I'll be, like, programming for a while or whatever. And, like, his parents are just like, oh yeah, hopefully he's okay, he's been there a lot lately. And, like, you get a weird line in the dub, where, like, the dad is just like, wait a minute, he's like, you don't think he's addicted to Donkey Madness? They brought it back. The dub brought it back.
Yeah, in the sub, it's just, oh, our child is ignoring us and refusing to come out of his room, so I'm going to do what a responsible parent would do and go in regardless.
Yeah. They're just like, alright, we're getting like super concerned here. This ain't normal. So they go in, like, they burst the door open, just break in essentially. And you just see, like, like Ken's gone because he's like went to the digital world through the computer. And he's just left a message behind that says, like, this world is nothing for me anymore. So long, insects. And there's like, oh jeez. Just immediately like call the police and everything, because there's like, yeah, our child has just run away from home into the fantasy world.
Yeah,
Just
but
like,
for real, they just think he's run away from home in general.
yeah, Ken has isekai'd himself. It works so much better in hindsight.
Yeah. And then the kids, when
Ken
you go
has
look at the
turned
digital
himself.
world map, it's like, oh, Ken's put black towers over like everything we worked for.
Yeah, Ken's given up on the real world for the fantasy world, so he's just been working like nonstop for a life. Like, he has no life now. He's committed to being the Digimon Emperor. He's doing it. Like, Ken has become the isekai protagonist that all isekai aspire to be.
No, because
No
Ken
harem.
Ken's a quote unquote isekai protagonist with flaws.
Yeah, like, he has a flaw in, like, he's very egotistical, and he's, like, has a bit of, like, weird, like, self-loathing going on and stuff in a weird way. And, like, he beats animals, and he's, like, a clear villain.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, he is that overpowered dude, just on, like, the wrong side of the moral fence.
Yeah. His flaw is that he's absolutely insane.
And he's just like, oh, everyone's an insect but me, says the man whose Digimon is a literal worm. A literal wormmon. So
Which,
Ken,
poor Wormmon, still sticking with him despite the fact that Ken's like kicking him aside and whatnot.
Yeah, like, Ken gets back and Wormmon's just like, oh yeah, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm just glad we'll be able to spend more time together. And Ken's like, you have to like figure out how to control it ultimate. Gotta figure something out out of this. There has to be something I can do. He's like, it's like programming his Digivice and stuff and doing the big hacker thing. And Wormmon's like, oh. Like, in the dub, I think there's a line from Wormmon about how he can't get up easily. And it's like, oh, he's like a turtle.
Yeah, I guess he's got like a really round body and tiny legs. It would be kind of hard to flip himself back over.
Yeah. But yeah, so the exact line is like, the exact line is, but Ken, we can always be together now, right? I'm so happy. And he's like crying a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Wormmon is just the best boy in this entire show.
Wormmon is loyal to a fault.
Like, he just wants to knit Ken like sweaters and make him happy and do what he can to like help him out.
He wants to be friend with his partner, like
with
any
his
other
abusive slave driver.
Poor Wormmon got the crazy psychotic one who wants to enslave everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, like, the kids just show up to like fight Kid off and like stop the Dark Towers and stuff. And they just like immediately see it's like, oh yeah, we're in like a lava area. There's just a bunch of like Miramars show up out of nowhere who are like, just men made of fire. So
They're
of course
jumping out of the lava pool.
Yeah, so of course the first thing they try to do is just like shoot fire at them.
Flaming fist, hit him.
Yeah, obviously that doesn't work.
Not the Dark Rings at the Meramon.
Yeah. Also, we get like an instrumental version of like the insert song, like "Break Up." So yeah, that's neat. Because yeah, it's like a partial victory. We're not quite like beating them yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I thought Breakup sounded weird when it started. I'm like, what is up with that?
Yeah.
And it's because the vocals are gone.
Yeah, so Halsamon just like, like Hawkmon turns into Halsamon, just like does a big tornado attack. It's like, oh no, you're blowing the flames harder. It's not working. You're just making the fire bigger. And then, like Digimon just tries to drill down and like just sink them into the earth, where they just fall into the lava and just jump back out.
And it's like, wow, this is actually kind of a problem. Maybe we should aim for the rings.
This is actually kind of pathetic in a weird way.
You kids are stupid.
Yeah, it's like finally TK's like, alright, maybe we should shoot them with something that's not like an element that like can't be countered by fire. Like, maybe we should just use lasers or something.
And so they actually start attacking their Dark Rings with Shooting Star and whatever Nefertimon's moves are called.
Yeah, it's effing like Eye of the Nile and like Rosetta Stone or whatever. Like
Eye of the Nile is in the sub it's like Nile jewelry.
Right, yeah, that was it. And the dub they just call everything Rosetta Stone because of course they do.
Oh, every move is Rosetta Stone?
Yeah. I distinctly remember shooting the lasers out and shouting Rosetta Stone, even though it's not the Rock.
Even though we see her use Rosetta Stone in this episode.
Yeah. And it's like, of course, Rosetta Stone's like, she shoots a rock out because it's the Rosetta Stone.
Stupid.
It's like how, like, Pinemon just, like, punches a rock while shouting Trump sword.
Yeah, I think the Nefertimon has Nile jewelry. I think one is, like, it might be, like, Queen's Curse or something.
Yeah, that's one of them for sure.
And I think Queen's Curse kind of looks exactly like Nile jewelry, but whatever.
Yeah, Nefertimon's not the most original Digimon.
I mean, I think she's the only Sphinx.
Yeah, but, not the most original in coming up with her own attacks.
True. But yeah, Digimon probably should have fired his Gold Rush instead of trying to drop them into lava.
Yeah, if only we had an Earth move that could actually hurt fire enemies. If only.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, none of Digimon's attacks actually feel like they're Earth element.
Yeah.
Because one is firing, like, drill rockets, and the other one is just making the enemy fall in a hole.
Would the Gold Rush be like a machine type move? Because that feels more accurate.
It seems like it would.
Like, it would probably be machine, I'd imagine. Like, he's shooting drills. He's going full Gurren
ground type for the sole purpose of giving him a ground type move.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Earth type. In Digimon, it's Earth type.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, meanwhile, we just cut to Kin, who's just riding an effing, like, air Dramon, just flying across the sky in a giant snake dragon, just riding its head. And he just, like, finds Greymon, and he's like, okay, I'm taking you. It just throws the black ring around him.
Yeah, we don't actually see it. We just see the dark ring flying at him, because they probably don't want to be like, oh, well, the Greymon couldn't fight him off. I don't know.
Yeah, Greymon probably tried, but, like, I imagine he's got a lot of these things at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, Digimon Emperor's like, just ties Greymon up with effing ropes.
And then he just airlifts him to the battlefield.
Yeah, literally just flies him off to, like, where the others are. And Kin's like, okay, I'll try a little experiment with this. And he's like, alright, let's see how you deal with an ultimate. There's a weird thing, because, like, Kin specifically says, like, yeah, I'm gonna Digivolve him into Mel Greymon, and then I'll take you all out. which means Kin knows what Melgreymon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazed he actually knows that.
I don't know. There's probably some Digimon archive in his system or something.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, so like, he just captures Ground, just like tries to digivolve him. And so I'll say, I'm not a fan of like just shoehorning in like, references to like past things for the sake of it. This works super well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
like,
because surprise, when you're evil and you do this, your Digimon doesn't turn into what you want it to.
yeah, we just like force an evolution. Bad things go down. And that's when you get Skull Greymon, who's effing awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's like surprise, Ken. Only good people get Metal Greymon.
Yeah, you don't even have the crust of courage right now. What do you think's gonna happen when you evolve Greymon with the power of darkness? I'm pretty sure he specifically says that in the sub too, that he's using like the power of darkness.
He says he uses the power of darkness to dark evolve him.
Yeah, so Ground just turns to a Skull Greymon and immediately just breaks free of the ropes because he's huge. And he's just like, just starts fighting just everything in sight. Like, he just starts to take out Miramon. And we get, like, him just blowing up the effing, like, tower in the background, where he just shoots the missile off and blows up without looking. And that's when you get, like, the big, like, bad Digimon's theme going on stuff, right?
Yeah, and you would think that would cancel out the controlling effect of the ring, but it doesn't.
Well, no. It does. He just doesn't care.
Oh, did it actually cancel it out?
I imagine it did, because he was never under its control. He's just doing whatever. You can't control a Digimon who exists to just fight everything in the immediate area, regardless of what it is.
I guess that's a fair point. If he was under Ken's control, he wouldn't have, like, ripped the ropes off and jumped down on his own.
Yeah, and Kid's just like,
tower.
Yeah, Kin's just like, why aren't you listening to my commands and stuff? And like Skull Greymon's just wrecking Miramon and crap. And Kin's like, yeah, Kin's like, no, listen to me. Like, brings out the Dark Tyrannomon. They're just like, just rush up. And like Skull Ground's just like, just throwing him around left and right. He just like dunks one into the lava.
That one's brutal because you see it float to the top, clearly dead.
Yeah. Well, I guess not quite dead because Digimon disappear when they die, but still, that's not great.
It might have just not happened yet.
Yeah.
It very clearly looks like
it got wrecked.
It's super dead.
Like, the kids just, run off. There's like, yeah, no, we have to, like, get the heck out of here now. We can't fight that thing. Skull Greymon is too much for us. Like, we can't beat an ultimate. We have to just, like, wait for it to settle off.
Yeah. And it does. It just kind of runs out of energy and passes out.
Yeah, and then Kin just, like, picks up Agumon after, like, just reverts back. And he's just like, alright, well, I guess I'll just keep this test going then, I'll find some way to control this thing, one way or another. And he just flies off. And, like, everyone's just like, oh, crap, Agumon! And they can't save him. And it's just like, yeah, end of episode.
I mean, at least 2 of them have flying Digimon. They could have tried.
Yeah, they could have, but, like, yeah, whatever. Well, I guess, like, whatever.
We need tension for the next episode.
Yeah. Like, cuts back to the real world, and Izzy just sees the Dark Towers just repopulate, like, half the map. And
yeah,
Izzy's
that's crazy.
Yeah, and Izzy's like, what the crap? And he just looks at the message, and he's like, wait, Skull Greymon? He's like, what's that monster up to? He's like, is the Digimon Kaiser out to destroy the whole digital world?
And the answer's probably.
Yeah. I think the answer is more like Ken doesn't understand what the crap he's messing with right now.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned this about his character development later.
Yeah.
And it's that he doesn't think any of this is real.
Oh boy. I wonder how that's gonna play out in the sub, cause
I don't know. Because my frame of reference is the dub.
Yeah, like look at the sub so far, it's like I can't imagine they'd just look at this and he'd be like, oh, this is all just fake. Like there has to be something else there, I'd imagine. And maybe there's not, but like yeah, that just feels like that'd be a thing, right?
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
So yeah, I feel like episode like 7's like I don't care for it, whatever. Episode 8's like, yo, solid second half, didn't care as much for the first half, at least like does the thing and advances the plot. I effing loved episode 9. This was great. Like, this was effing awesome. Like, yo, the kids are just sort of like whatever, like Davis is kind of getting shafted a bit, like they all have their own little things that's not really that like up there. Ken's storyline is like on point so far, I feel like. Like, this is the highlight of the series, I think, so far. So yeah, any thoughts?
No, not really.
Yeah, positive, negative, whatever.
Same as you, pretty much. 7's fine.
Yeah.
8's kind of whatever. I don't know. I don't know, the soccer game, and then they make the events in the digital world parallel the soccer game, and that's goofy.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy.
Because it happens like almost the exact same way, and it's like, okay, that's silly.
Yeah, he has this team of Bakuman.
Yeah, and then episode 9 is good.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I guess that'll be it then.
Yep.
So yeah, see you guys next time, and like, yeah, later, I guess. Later. Also have like a YouTube and all that stuff, and it's all in the description, you know, just like it's just down there. Just look at it. No, do it. See ya.